Pink Floyd, the legendary English rock band, boasts a rich history that stretches from psychedelic jams to progressive rock anthems, all the way to elaborate stadium shows. Here's a deeper dive into their key eras. Early days and Syd Barrett 1965 to 1968. Emerging in 1965, Pink Floyd's sound was initially rooted in blues and R&B covers. However, Syd Barrett, the band's enigmatic leader, vocalist, and songwriter, steered them towards a completely different direction. Influenced by LSD and fueled by Barrett's whimsical songwriting, they became pioneers of psychedelic rock. Their debut album, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn 1967, became a cornerstone of the genre, filled with spacey sounds, distorted guitars, and lyrics brimming with psychedelic imagery. However, Barrett's mental health struggles due to LSD use made touring difficult. To compensate for his unreliability, David Gilmour joined the band in 1967 as a second guitarist, foreshadowing the future lineup shift. Roger Waters and progressive rock 1968 to 1985. With Barrett's departure in 1968, the creative lead fell to Roger Waters, the band's bassist and conceptual mastermind. This marked a distinct shift in Pink Floyd's sound. They embraced progressive rock, crafting complex song structures that weaved intricate instrumental passages, with philosophical lyrics exploring themes of alienation, mortality, and the human condition. Albums like Dark Side of the Moon 1973, Wish You Were Here 1975, and The Wall 1979 became landmarks, achieving massive critical and commercial success. Their live shows during this era became equally renowned, transforming into elaborate stage productions that incorporated theatrical elements, lighting effects, and even inflatable characters. However, the band's internal tensions, particularly between Waters and Gilmour regarding the band's creative direction, began to simmer during this period. David Gilmour, and beyond 1985 to present. Following Waters' departure in 1985, David Gilmour, who had already established himself as a leading creative force during the latter part of the Waters era, took the reins as frontman. The band continued with a more commercially accessible sound, evident in albums like A Momentary Lapse of Reason 1987 and The Division Bell 1994. While these albums were commercially successful, some felt they lacked the thematic depth of the Waters era. Despite occasional reunions, the band has remained largely inactive since the late 1990s. Pink Floyd's legacy. Pink Floyd's influence on music extends far beyond their commercial success. They are considered one of the greatest rock bands of all time, not only for their innovative use of sound effects, synthesizers, and extended jams that helped define progressive rock, but also for their elaborate live shows that became blueprint for arena rock spectaculars. Their music continues to inspire and resonate with fans across generations, solidifying their place as a true music legend.